I'm standing here with Nick Medici, new IFBB Pro Light Heavyweight Champion at the NPC Nationals. You've added your name to another list, which Dominic Cardona is a part of, which Cody Montgomery is a part of, former teen national type champions who've gone on to get their pro card at a very young age. I know you were super excited on stage. You had a kind of a controversial class because the lights went out during pre-judging. Yeah. Talk us through the whole process of what went on there.
Well, the lights went out. Actually, it benefited me because I think Saturday, you could probably agree that I came even better. And I think JT, who was second to me, I think he came in a little bit off on Saturday. And Friday, I think it was really neck and neck. So, I mean, the lights went off, and I think it was going like either way between me and him.
Talk about the God looking over you there, man.
Yeah.
He turned the lights out and gave you another day.
Yeah. So, I mean, for me, it was really hard to get into light heavyweight class. So, I mean, before weigh-ins, I didn't eat for about 16 hours or drink water. So
people didn't even believe that you were a light heavyweight. I said, I don't know how he made light heavyweight.
Yeah.
What were you weighing before you got to Miami?
I think it was around 210. I was 226, like in good shape, like 3 weeks out.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So I mean, just to make weight, and I just made it on the dot without eating. I had to cut my water, I think, Wednesday morning, and weigh-ins were Thursday. So I had to cut my water, and I stopped eating for about 16 hours straight just to make weight.
Insane.
Yeah,
you must have been like ready to kill yourself.
It was horrible. It was the most brutal prep. I mean, even Kevin told me, he's like, he wouldn't say it during my prep, but when it was over, he's like, you suffered, He's like, you went through hell.
What was the decision? Why didn't you make the decision to drop down to light heavyweight and not stay as a heavyweight? You probably would have done very well in that heavyweight class. You might have won that.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure because my last show when I did the Easterns, I weighed in at around like 206, and I thought I could have sucked down. So, I mean, I didn't want to come in as a light heavyweight, a light,
light heavyweight class.
Yeah. So I didn't want to come in at like, let's say 209, and then these guys, I mean, they were big, those heavyweight guys. You saw in the overall pose down, I mean, it would have been rough for me, I think. So I think I made the right choice, just to get my pro card, and now I have to grow into the open class, so I'm going to need a couple of years, obviously.
Now, will you take a couple of years, or will you, you could, obviously you got that 212 class that you're probably right there ready to jump into if you really wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, I've brought that up to Kevin. He doesn't, I mean, we're still, we're still talking about it. I would like to do it because I'd love to do my first pro show. And I mean, maybe a year I can come in at 212 on the dot, So, I mean, we're going to talk it over, with Kevin and
Kevin English, of course, we're talking
Kevin English, and everybody else in the team. So, we're going to see what happens in the next year or so.
How old are you now?
25. I just turned.
25 years old. Now, let's talk about the teen nationals, because you won the teen national overall, and then you kind of laid low for a while. We didn't see you. I know you had some drama in your life. And
life.
How hard is that to go from this like mature teen who's got a championship, everyone is touting as the next great thing, and then it takes the wind out of you, doesn't it, a little bit?
Yeah, you know what? I just felt like it was really nerve-wracking getting ready for the show, and then I watched your videos, and you were like, and it put even more pressure on me. I'm like, shit, I gotta win now, so. Thank God I did. It was a lot of pressure, and I felt like I had something to prove. Because I feel like I fell off a little bit. 'Cause I took so much time off, and my name kind of faded. So I felt like I had to come back. And for me, it's like I'm not a very confident person, so I would never say that I'm going to win. Because then if I don't, it'll hurt me, and I'll be upset about that. So I just always say I'll do my best. But in my head, it's like I have to win this show. So.
Was it hard peaking twice? Because I thought you looked phenomenal at the Eastern USA, but that was like 3 weeks before, and you sucked down, you made light heavyweight there too, which might have been a mistake because, you really had to brutalize yourself.
Yeah, you know what? After the show, I was like, shit, I could have been, excuse my language, I could have been a heavyweight. I was like,
You still would have won.
Yeah. So, and then it was really hard because I ate I just ate Saturday, and I had like 2 meals Sunday, and I blew up to 230. I'm like, great, now I got 3 weeks, I got to take this off, So...
People don't realize that you did that because I think you arguably, if you would have gone right to nationals, you probably would have been better at light heavyweight. I mean, people don't understand. It's hard to get down to that weight twice in 3 weeks.
It was brutal. I mean, I don't know how I did it. I feel at the Easterns it was easier, and then you dry out, and then you add water back in, and you just blow up, So it took me another 2 weeks to get the water off. Or whatever I gained just from those 2 days, and then I had to peak again that next week.
What do you weigh now?
I'm like 240 something right now. I mean,
You look like a super heavyweight right now.
yeah, I feel great.
And you're probably lean as you could be, too, I bet.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even put an ounce of fat on for like 2-3 weeks. You know, I just got bigger and fuller, you know. It's always, after the show, you always look better. You know, I felt like, you know, Monday or Tuesday after the show, I was like, shit, man, if I wish I could be on stage with this weight, you know.
When they called your name out as the winner, and you knew you obviously got the pro card at that point, what emotions went through you?
I literally like died inside, you know. So the thing in my head was, I don't know what these other guys look like because I'm not looking at the stage. So it was really, I wanted my pro card the most. So once they called third place, I knew I got it. So that was a big relief because I was either 1 or 2. And then when they called first, I was just astonished. I mean, I didn't think it would happen. You know, I didn't come in the show thinking it would happen, but I can't. I mean, it's not even real to me yet. Still, you know, it's still not real.
Congratulations on the win.
Oh, thank you so much.
Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. I know you worked real hard. I saw you here almost every night, you know, busting your ass.
Yeah,
and, you know, like I said, the fact that you got down to light heavyweight is a testament to how hard and how much you were willing to sacrifice to win.
Yeah, I mean, I gave it my all. I didn't care. Like I said, every day I'll die to win this show. And, you know, people would think that's crazy. But when you have such a passion for something since I was 12 years old, I started competing at 13, you know, it's everything to me. So, I mean, whatever I had to do to get there, I did, and that's all.
NBC light heavyweight champion and new IFBB pro Nick Medici. I predict we'll see him sooner than he thinks. Dave Palumbo, RxMuscle.com.